me some space. All right. Get down and turn my leg here. Now from right here, again, remember, different people are going to have different strengths. You may have a great big strong guy that doesn't have any real grip strength. Okay, grip strength is one of the most important factors in wrestling. How do you develop grip strength? What's that? Somebody just said it. Climbing rope. And if you just get a big rope, you know, one of those, well, they used to hang them in the gyms. Now everybody's worried about liability and stuff. Yeah, right there, like that.
And there we have to sit there.
Great, man. That's the best thing. Now you got to have at least a half a brain, because when you climb up, you don't just go that. And that's probably part of the reason why there's a whole lot of gyms without ropes, because the people climbing up the rope got big muscles but no brains. You know, climb up and then climb down. That's not a hard concept, is it? And they usually have crash pads down below, so it's like, oh yeah, that won't hurt much. Yes. Try that one out. All right, but that's the best thing. At the NCAA's here a couple years ago, there was the greatest machine. They have all these booths at the Nationals, and they had a rope just like that, but they had this deal where you sat down and there was a bar that held your legs down, and this rope came through a pulley system, and you just sat there and did this. And you could set and pull the, or change the tightness and the, oh man, what a machine.
It kills you.
Oh yeah, I mean you could get that thing, or it was like, oh. That's like, but talk about grip strength and pulling strength, because wrestling is pulling in. How often are you doing this in wrestling? Well, if you're really bad and you're on your back a lot, you might be doing that. Okay? But wrestling is pulling in, pulling in. So that's a great way to do it. Grip strength, grip strength. If this guy's got great grip strength, man, I'm in trouble. Okay? And he's got all, so I have to be positionally, I've got to beat him mechanically. I got to get where he's weaker and I'm stronger. Well, shoelace on the mat, knee off the mat, doing this kind of stuff. Knocking him over, okay? And it's hard. If I get my leg back and his arms are extended and I'm in line with his spine, okay, I want you to stay up now, okay? I mean, just don't let me knock you over, okay? Got it?
Gotcha.
That worked really well for him, didn't it? This guy's so much stronger than me. I mean, he's a moose. Stay up. Stay on your base. Okay? Yeah, I can throw him all over. So there's a lot of a mechanical advantage if I do this properly. And then I can reach through, I can do stuff. Some guys don't have that flexibility in their shoulders, so they'll protect themselves by letting go of the leg and sinking back. Okay? So now from right here, now we're back into that first situation. But he's sort of ready. If I start coming around, what's he going to do? If I start coming around, yeah, he's going to move his leg or move his arm and try and catch me. Sort of gave him a hint there. Yeah, there you go. All right? So I've got to try and figure out how am I going to score here. Okay? If I go too far into his armpits, see, I don't have any pressure anymore, do I? That's going to be, he's going to win that situation. Or we're at least going to come out, you know, nothing. So I got to learn how to stay in that area. Now, from right here, I'm going to try and block that arm, block the back of his arm right there. See what I'm doing with my foot and my knee? Right behind his tricep, so that he can't easily grab back. See, he can't easily get back there. He might just lift me in the air, but see, he can't. And then from right here, I'm going to come to what we call a butt drag. Now, a butt drag, you guys, raise your hand if you know where your butt is.
It's right here.
Okay, yeah. You sound like a dumb question, didn't it? But a lot of you guys are going to be grabbing down here. This is not his butt. Okay, because you're going to go, oh, yes. And little word picture here, you stick the bone of your arm where he wipes. Okay, got it? Everybody understand? If he's wiping down here, he has a problem. Okay, we'll get him some Depends or something. Right here, because again, I'm affecting his spine. I want to be right here. Now here's what you don't do. You do not check his oil. Okay? There'll be no dipsticks in here. Even though there already are maybe, but you do not check his oil. And that's funny, sort of. Unless it's done on you. That's one thing. One guy checked my oil one time. And I went, woo! Scooted by, he got 2 quick points. And I beat the mung out of him for the next 9 minutes.
9 minutes?
It was a 9-minute match when I was wrestling. Maybe it was 8 minutes, I don't know. It was a long beating for him. I just remember that. And I'm sure he remembers it. And I told him after the match, don't you ever stick your finger inside my body again. And he agreed. But here's another situation, and this is serious. About 4 years ago, I got a call from a district attorney in South Dakota, because there was a wrestler there was a really accomplished wrestler. He was a state champ, he was a couple-time state champ, and he was taught by a coach to check the oil, and that's not even the most effective way to do it, but it does create a reaction, that's for sure. And the old sphincter just puckers right up. But what happened was this guy just went way overboard with it, and he was holding some of his little teammates down in the back of the bus, and he was checking their oil, and it got to be real bad. In fact, it was devastating. It devastated 12 young boys' lives. And there's 3 of them that have never wrestled again since then, because he held them down and he violated them. And eventually it came out because the parents couldn't figure out why their sons didn't want to wrestle anymore when it had been a part of their life for years. And so they finally, the kids broke down because they were embarrassed. They didn't want anybody to know that so-and-so's been sticking his finger up my butt against my will. I didn't want it to happen, but I wasn't big enough to stop him. He told me if I told anybody, he'd hurt me. There was all sorts of stuff going on that was bad. Well, from a legal standpoint, anytime you penetrate somebody else's body without permission, from a legal standpoint, it's called rape. And that wrestler got indicted on 7 counts of rape, just because he thought that was funny. And he went way overboard. Had he just kept it within the realm of a wrestling match, not a whole lot probably would have happened. But 3 young guys will never wrestle again. They're going to probably get counseling. I don't know what's going to happen. The other guys sort of struggled their way through it. That guy that did it, his life has changed for the rest of his life because he's going to prison. Is it worth it? No. It's not worth it. So as funny as we can sort of make it sound and stuff, it's not funny. So don't ever do that. And if the ref catches you, it's in the rule book. Flagrant misconduct, immediate disqualification. If you're ahead 14-0 and you do that and they catch you, you're done. Your match is over. He wins. You're disqualified. So it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So from right here, when I get to here, I block that arm, I come here. Now, again, lengthen your opponent's body. If he's real long, I use this bone right up to my thumb. And I do right there. And that will affect his spine. You can get that guy to move past. You can wash your hands later. Hopefully the guy doesn't have the Hershey squirt, so it doesn't. Okay, but from right here, once I get him off my leg, I want to score. I'm putting this pressure. I'm actually, see my toes? I'm trying to lift his butt again. I'm trying to pull him this way so that he's doing something with these. If I drive into him and try and do that, it ain't going to happen. Okay, so I'm going this way. Slide back a little bit. Okay, so I'm lifting and going this way. Here, like this. See? See, I'm pulling up, pulling up, pulling up, pulling up. And as I block this leg, or this arm with my leg, I come to butt drag. Then this hand comes in and slides behind his arm. And everything goes sliding right by. I move past him as I push him past me. And I score. Okay? Everybody understand that? Don't get dirty. Go!